So we're going to start with a problem, 75 times 84 equals. The first thing you have to remember is that 75 can be broken down into 70 plus 5, which equals 75. And that the 84 can be broken into 80 plus 4, which equals 84. It's important to remember that the 8 and the 7 are in the tens column. And that the 5 and the 4 are in the ones column. My next step is that I am going to start multiplying. I'm going to start with the 7. I'm going to say 7 times the 8, which is really 70 times 80 equals. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is, really all I need to do is multiply 7 times 8. Seven times 8 is 56. And then I have 2 zeros that I bring over. Now at this point, it's very important that the next steps, everything is lined up in the proper place value, and I will show you what I mean by that. So my next step here is I'm now going to take 7 times 4. Remember, that's still 70 times 4 is the ones. Now, again, I can multiply 7 times 4, but this time I have to make sure that I bring this 0 over first and put it in the ones column before I do anything else. And then I do 7 times 4, which is 28. Notice how I have my 280 lined up in the correct columns here. If you don't do that, then later on you're going to have problems with the final answer. The next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to now multiply 5 times 8. So here I have 5, and remember that 8 is really 80, okay, equals. Now, I want to make sure that I bring over that 0 first before I multiply the 5 and the 8, which happens to be 40. Then I'm going to multiply 5 times 4. It's 5 times 4. There's no zeros to bring over, so this time I'm just going to line up here. Now I don't have any other numbers to multiply, so I'm going to be finished here. I'm going to draw an equal sign in my columns. Now I'm adding this, so zeros equals 0. 8 plus 2 is 10. I'm going to carry the 1. So now I have 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 1 is 15. Plus 1 is 13. Carry that 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. So my final answer is 6,300. Okay, So let's practice with 56 times 73 equals. I'm going to start with the 5 and the 7. Remember that 5 is a 50 and the 7 is a 70. So it's 50 times 70 equals. I'm going to multiply the 5 times the 7, which is 35, and I'm going to bring over the 2 zeros. My next step is to go 5 times the 3. Remember that 5 is a 50, so it's 50 times 3 equals. Now this time, I'm going to multiply the 5 times the 3, but I'm going to bring the 0 over first to make sure that my place value is in the correct spot. I'm going to draw these lines just to make sure that I get my place value and my numbers in the right place column. So now I have 5 times 3, which is 15. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go 6 times 7. Remember that 7 is really a 7D, so it's 6 times 70. I'm going to bring over the 0 first, and then I'm going to multiply 6 times 7, which is 42. My next step is to go 6 times 3. So 6 times 3 equals. Again, I have to make sure that everything is lined up correctly. There are no zeros to bring over, so I'm going to start with 6 times 3, which is 18. So 18. So I'm finished at this point, so I'm going to put my equal sign. I'm going to add what I have here. I'm going to add the columns starting at the ones column. There's 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8, so that's 8. Then I have 5 plus 2, which is 7, plus 1, which is 8. Then I have 5 plus 1, which is 6, 6 plus 4, which is 10. I'm going to carry the 1, and that becomes 4, sorry. So my answer, the product, is going to be 4,088